Alistair, I know you've been through these cliffhangers before as an England player. How different was it to be going through as an England captain, as a person who's got to try and make these things happen? How did you cope with it?
Well, pretty okay. Felt pretty calm out there. We've had a couple of cliffhangers and some one-day games, and actually, when I've been watching us bat, say like New Zealand when we were holding for that draw in that last Test match out there, so it's the first time I've really been in the field for it, and I actually thought the way how calm we were in the situation was a fantastic effort from the lads, because obviously when the runs come down, get closer and closer, you can panic and you can chase it, but we stuck to what we knew would work, or we thought we'd create a chance from it, or chances from it, and it was obviously a bit of a relief at the end.
Does it make any difference to you either way that last crucial moment was technology? I mean, do you think this Test match has vindicated the review system or raised more issues with it?
I think the bottom line with the review system, it does get more decisions right, and it should get more decisions right. I think it's probably the best way of saying it, because it's such a big game. It's so important that the decisions are right because they impact the game, and I think both sides feel that. I think it's there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because much rather sitting here with this right result here now because of that last wicket than if we're sitting here lost and it was not given not out, then that it's slightly would be wrong for the game.
Jimmy, just a quick one to you. To get 10 wickets in any match, but in the context of this match and the way it was so clear that in a sense it came down to you today, the significance of this performance and this result for you?
I'm just delighted with the way things went. We knew it was going to be difficult this morning. Their tail was very strong, so we knew we had to bowl well. I found some rhythm this morning, which the captain cottoned onto and kept me going for 13 overs. So, I'm just delighted that we could actually, it did get tight, and as Cookie said, we stayed calm, even when they were getting closer and closer. So that was the key for us to winning the game, I think.
Alistair, how confident were you that Haddon had nicked that? Because Jimmy didn't seem too sure at first.
Well, me and Maddie were pretty confident. We always just take a little bit of time just discussing it. It's a bit of a team tactic, just because obviously emotion and whichever time the situation, obviously getting any wicket at any time, you always think it could be out, but you've got to obviously think, give yourself 5 seconds thinking, and Maddie and I were 99.9% certain you nicked it, and
Did you hear the edge?
We heard the edge, and that's why we reviewed it.
Jimmy, same question to you. You seem to go quite... Sorry, I thought it was Dean. No, I thought it was Stephen. Thanks, Matt. Same question to you. You seem to go out not with complete conviction. Technology showed that he hit it, but...
Yeah, I didn't hear anything, I wasn't sure, to be honest. But these guys were. Might be one of those where the wind was blowing that way, so they heard the nick behind the stumps and not in front.
Jimmy, we've seen you in very tense and tight situations at the end of the game before, but normally with a bat in your hand. With the ball this time, did you feel much more kind of relaxed and confident because that's what you do, that's your job?
Yeah, because I've got an idea of what I'm doing, yeah. It is more... definitely, even when I was batting at Cardiff a few years ago, the fact that you're actually out there in the middle, you feel less nervous because you're in control, and that felt the same today. As soon as I got the ball, I felt in control, and I wasn't nervous because I knew what I was doing and knew I could get that final wicket, especially, yeah.
And there wasn't any worry that you cracked up a little bit? Obviously a 13-over spell was probably not normal, but you didn't have any issues with your fitness or anything like that when you came back after the break?
Not at all, no. I think the lunch break came at a good time. I managed to refuel and get a lot of fluid on board, some food, and just rest the legs for half an hour. And we knew that. Well, I knew that it wasn't going to be a huge spell after lunch, only needing 20 to win. So I think adrenaline plus that helped.
So do you think this could knock the wind out of Australia's sails a little bit, just given how close they came in the next test?
No, I don't think so. I think it's been a great Test match, a very even Test match. I don't think I've played in one which has been quite so the momentum changed so quickly, so often. So, look, I'm glad we managed to scrape to the end. Obviously having a little bit of nightmares over the last wicket stands in both innings, but it was. I don't think it will. Clearly, they're going to be disappointed, like we would have been. But it's all set up nicely now for Lords.
Alistair, can you sort of talk us through the captain decision to keep Jimmy going for 13 overs when you got back-to-back tests? Was it an over-by-over thing? Or?
Yeah, it's it's one of those things that when a bowler hits a rhythm, he obviously had it today, and you just keep asking him, is he feeling all right? And we weren't planning to take the new ball. We were planning to keep that old ball for a while because it was very, very hard to score. But it was so soft that it wasn't doing a huge amount for Swanee either. So, we changed tactics pretty quickly, and unfortunately, Jimmy in one way, had bowled 4 overs before, 4 or 5 overs before the new ball, but it was a matter of we knew how important it was. It wasn't going to be a hugely long day, but that's why you do the training in the gym. That's the bottom line. That's why you do it, because when your captain needs you to do it, you are physically capable to do it. And we obviously know his skill, but it's hard to keep running in on a hot day on a flat wicket. It was outstanding.
Alistair, is there a single bowler in world cricket at the moment that you'd rather have in your team to call on a tight situation?
No, I wouldn't. I think in any condition now, that was very subcontinent light conditions. I'd say that reverse swinging ball, slow, low wicket, and yeah, he was outstanding. He's just swings it up both ways and on immaculate length, and it's very, very hard to score.
Jimmy's again showed his value to the team. How much care do you have to take of him over the next few months, because it's a tight schedule? Do you have to manage his workload very carefully?
Yeah, I think you do in one sense, but you also, when you're out in the middle, that kind of is irrelevant. It's what's best for the team at that precise moment in time. You can't be thinking what's going to happen in 2 months' time. It's now a job for obviously our backroom staff and us as a team to make sure we recover well from today, because obviously back-to-back test matches are hard physically, so make sure we do the right stuff there and come back on Thursday and ready.
Jimmy, the captain, took a pretty nice catch off your bowling. What did you think of that, and what did you say to him when he spilled the earlier one?
I didn't say anything to him when he dropped that one. Luckily, he held on to the second one. That's all that matters, really. Didn't cost us too many. But he's fantastic in the slips, actually, for someone who doesn't move that well. He works really hard at it, and there's no one better to be in that position.
After the technology was originally brought in to get rid of the hour, and we've sort of seen another example here of all manner of sort of marginal minute calls decided by the technology, but the one hour sort of managed to get through. How can the system be improved to make sure that the hour is taken out of the game?
Well, I don't know exactly how you would do that, because I think it's pretty fair, because there is a little bit of skill sometimes in using DRS, right? Otherwise, there's got to be a little bit of a human element into the game as well. And I think tactically, as a captain, we found using DRS, we've actually been quite poor in the past at it. And this game we've been a bit better. I'm sure it'll swing round in roundabouts at some stage, but you've got to be careful. And as a captain, you always think, it's definitely out. And the bowlers, obviously, in the heat of the battle, think it's definitely out, and you can waste them. So, otherwise, if you didn't limit how many reviews you get, you just review every decision. There's no point having an umpire, and I think that would take out some of what cricket is about.
So how do you improve your issues, which is in your report?
Firstly, it's getting used to a new captain. Obviously, 6 months into the reign, it's obviously Matty's always gone to Straussy, and they've built up a relationship, and it's pretty similar to that. Knowing bowlers as well, knowing bowlers' reactions is certainly one of them. Some bowlers definitely think they're out, and other bowlers you can just sense a little bit. But I'm sure we'll get them wrong, and we'll get them wrong in the past, in the future as well.
Last couple.
Alison, when you took the 9th wicket and they still needed 18, you must have been pretty confident. Can you talk us through your sort of emotions as your concern must have grown and grown?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great game for us getting that last wicket in both innings. I felt pretty calm because I felt we would create some chances. It's a 5th day wicket. You always have to sometimes, in the heat of the moment, you can panic a little bit. But I felt you have to look at the conditions. It's a reverse swinging ball, and there was some spin, and you just felt we would give ourselves some chances to take. They batted extremely well actually. Obviously Patterson had him batted very well. Took a couple of risks which came off. But we just, obviously the lunch break, as Jimmy said, came at the right time for us. Obviously we wouldn't have taken the extra half an hour if we had, if there was a chance on it. But
Quite keen to not get that extra over, weren't you?
yeah, very keen not to. Unfortunately, umpire didn't quite read the race there. So yeah, it was just a matter. Then at lunch, it was like we will create one more chance, and just believing that you would do that. Clearly, everyone's going to be heightened. You are going to be nervous, but that's sitting back now. That's why you play the game. That atmosphere when we walked out after lunch was incredible.
Alistair, how much did past close ones and past wins over Australia help you to have that kind of belief? You've mentioned even as nervous as you were.
I think the fact we've been successful in general as an England side informs the game. It's not such a winning feeling, but you do back the bowlers that they've been there in the past.